We're rolling.
Alright, KP, welcome back to my office. And just want to remind you what my 3 roles are. First of all, I'm going to be completing all your paperwork just to make sure you don't have to come back and forth 3 or 4 times. We're going to complete it right the first time. Second of all, we're going to assemble some financial options. Thirdly, we're going to go over those options together and come up with a plan that's best for you. Alright. First of all, I'd like to go ahead and take care of that tiling paperwork I mentioned. Make sure everything's correct on it. This is your seller motor vehicle. Just make sure all the information that is at the top is correct.
Yes, sir.
Give me the signature there. This is your power of attorney, transferring your decision-making power to us so we can take care of your title and paperwork. Will please sign for me right there. And this is your certificate of title. So just make sure that all the information appears correct. If it does, give me a signature there. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and activate your warranty. Now we're going to go over your credit application, make sure all the information on that is correct. Just want to make sure that is that how long you've been at your home?
Yes.
Is this how long you've been on your job?
Yes.
And is that the correct monthly income?
Yes.
Okay. You'll please give me a signature down here saying that we know that information is all correct. Thank you. Now this is your risk-based pricing. This goes over what your credit score is, where you rank amongst all customers, and this is kind of the way that banks calculate like your loans and your APRs and things like that. Do you have any, are you unclear about anything on this paper?
No.
Give me a signature right here. Great. Now remember that important for those frequently asked questions paper that I gave you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that with you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you understand that paper? Did you have any questions?
I understand.
Okay. I just wanted to point out one thing. It's under the ability to pay tab. What that is your payment to income ratio, and that's how the bank determines your buying power. They use a formula. They take 20% of your income to determine what's the highest payment they will allow you to pay. Looks like here you quoted $6,000 was your monthly income.
Mm-hmm.
So that means the bank is willing to allow you to pay up to $1,200. Now I don't want you to worry. Just want to let you know what the bank's thinking while you're making decisions that are best for you, but your payments won't be anywhere close to that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now what I like to do is activate your warranty. I'm going to take a look at this. Now, when you were in the office with Jeff, did he go over the manufacturer's warranty with you?
Yeah.
How clear is your understanding of that?
6 years, 5 years, 60,000 miles.
On the powertrain, yeah. It's a little bit more inclusive than that. You mind if I share with you?
Sure.
Well, if you do have a 1-year, 12,000 mile adjustment period, that's going to cover all in creaks, bulbs, belts, anything like that. We're going to stand behind the new vehicle you purchase. After that, you're going to have a full comprehensive coverage. That's going to cover like your motor, your window motors, electronics, and things like that. Then after that, you're going to have your powertrain coverage. That's going to cover all your inside lubricated motor parts, cast iron portion of your vehicle. You also have an 8-year or 80,000 miles corrosion warranty on your vehicle. That's going to cover any underbody rust or anything like that. Now I'd like to go over all the limitations and your responsibilities, okay? You are responsible for vehicle towing. You are responsible for substitute transportation, rental car. You are responsible for trip interruption. So if you're on the road with your family, you guys have something happen to the vehicle, you have to get it fixed. You need to stay in a hotel room, you got to feed everybody. That's also going to be your financial obligation. Tire and wheel coverage. So the no manufacturer covers rims or tires because they're outside influence. So that would be something that you would have to accept or restore. Key replacement. So if you lose a key, we all know those electronic keys now. Every manufacturer is kind of using that proximity key. Those things cost arm and a leg to replace. And windshield repair or replacement. That would also be your responsibility. That gap coverage we talked about when I told you that if the insurance company gives you this, but you owe this, that would also be your responsibility. Dents and dings environmental hazards as far as like acid rain or anything that would cause the fading or cracking on your inside of your leather on the inside of the vehicle, and your vehicle security. So the vehicle being stolen or broken into or anything like that, those are all your responsibility. Now, if I had a cost-effective way to kind of transfer some of this risk away from you and give it to an insurance company, would you be willing to explore those options?
Yeah, definitely.
I think we have some great options here for you. This is the vehicle that you have right now. For 3 years, 36,000 miles, comprehensive coverage, 5 years, 60 on your powertrain and type of located motor parts. Now, you did disclose to me earlier that you drive about 15,000 miles a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to cut down your comprehensive coverage to about 2 years. It's also going to cut down your powertrain warranty as well a little bit. You're going to lose some time on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to assume the risk for all of those other items that we spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
Over here is a vehicle that I'd like to offer you. You have a 5-year or 75,000 mile full comprehensive coverage, or and then also on the powertrain. All of those responsibilities all of the financial risk can be transferred over to the insurance company. As for your rental reimbursement, your trip interruption, tire and wheel, you wouldn't have to come out of pocket every time for maintenance. That guaranteed asset protection, so if you total loss or wreck your vehicle, the insurance company is going to cover that gap for you. Key replacement, they'll replace your keys, dents and dings, and cosmetic wheel repair. In addition to vehicle theft or vehicle theft and replacement. Now, I have 4 great options I've assembled for you. And if I had the liberty of making a suggestion, I would suggest that you explore the executive package, because that covers all of those things here, as well as the Easy Car Edge. And that's going to be their vehicle recovery. If they can't bring the vehicle back or recover it within 30 days, they're going to give you up to $2,500 as down payment on the next vehicle, because you're going to need something to drive.
Okay.
Here they are here. Is this your correct information here?
Yes.
Correct financial agreement with us?
Yes.
All right. Payments are up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now in that executive package, gets you to $565. Can I set that up for you on the 14th or the 30th?
That's still kind of.
Completely understand. A lot of my customers, what they do to offset that is they make a one-time cash commitment of about $1,500 to try to cover some of the difference. Or in your case, would you be looking to put more like $2,500 in?
I wouldn't think of really putting nowhere near $2,500 down.
How close could you come to the $2,500?
Probably like. I have to talk about it.
I understand that you weren't expecting this and this maybe catching you off guard. But how much could you put down if you had to?
Christmas time just came out. I don't think I could put anything down.
I got one more option that I'd like to try with you, just to see if we can kind of make some of that difference up for you. If I share that with you?
Sure.
All right, so what we're going to do is get the same car, that same executive package. No longer are we going to be at this payment. By just extending your term 3 short months, we are now just here. Can I set that up for you on the 14th or the 30th?
That's still kind
So what I guess I'm hearing you saying is that you're a little bit uncomfortable with the financial obligation every month?
Yeah, I had a daughter getting ready to go to college and trying to streamline my payments.
Okay. I'm going to show you one more thing that makes a lot of sense to my customers, and hopefully that'll kind of give you some more insight on making a wise financial decision. Now again, we talked about those two vehicle options. There's the car that you have now that has, there's a vehicle that has a fixed payment and a car that has a variable payment. Now, a fixed payment vehicle, they both have negatives and positives. One of the negatives to the fixed payment is it's going to seem high. But you're going to transfer all that risk to the insurance company. One of the positives of the variable payment is it's going to seem lower. But you do assume all risk. Mind if I elaborate?
Go ahead.
A couple ways to explain. Let's say you're on 77. You have the median to your left, car pushing your bumper, vehicle on your right. In front of you, there's some debris. If you slam on brakes, collision. Go to the left, collision. Go to the right, collision. You hit the debris. You lose 2 tires, and you bend your rim. How much do you think that's going to cost?
Probably like maybe $200.
If you're lucky. Well, I'll use your number.
On 1 tire, possibly. Maybe 4 on 2.
4 on 2. So we do 200. How much do you think for the one?
Probably close to $800.
800 bucks. Plus that 505 payment. So that month you would have a payment of $1705 versus the fixed payment of $547. Give you a couple more examples. Say you go to the beach with a friend of yours. Like you told me earlier, you like to go fishing. Say you go pontoon boating with your best friend. You guys are going to do some fishing. You get back, keys are no longer in your pocket. Leaves them in 2 places. They're either in the sand or in the bottom of the lake. You have to replace the key. How much do you think it's going to cost to replace the key?
First of all, I'm going to have to get somebody to come get me out. So
Absolutely. How much do you think it's going to cost a total?
If I call the locksmith, probably cost me $70.
$70?
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
How much do you think it's going to cost to replace the key?
Like $400.
$400. And any other keys on the ring?
Yeah. My wife's vehicle's keys. So, But it's hot.
So let's just do another $300. Plus that payment of $505. So you have a payment that month of $1275 versus the fixed payment of $547. You see a trend starting to develop? One more example. Let's fast forward about 18 months. Based on your driving habits, you're going to be out of your comprehensive warranty. Say you go outside, you go to crank your car up, doesn't make any noise. Call your wife down, tell her to pull her car out, you put them hood to hood, you try to jump it, still doesn't do anything. Now, first of all, you're going to have to tow the vehicle to the dealership. How much do you think that's going to cost?
Probably like another $70.
$70. We get it to the dealership. Service writer comes out to you with a clipboard, says, I've got good news and bad news. What do you want to hear first?
Bad news.
Okay. Bad news is your ESC is down. That's the electronic control unit for your entire vehicle. Good news is we can fix it. It's probably gonna take us three or 4 days. How much do you think 3 days of a rental car is gonna be?
Probably 150.
How much do you think that the unit's gonna cost?
Probably up there,
Everything? If you had to shoot a number.
maybe 2,000.
So that month you'd have a, sorry. That month you'd have a 27, 25 payment versus the fixed of 547. Now, which one of these scenarios makes more sense for you?
Definitely a 547.
Okay. Can I set that up for you on the 14th or the 30th?
I don't know. Still kind
Now again, we did cover all of these benefits here. Of these benefits, which ones do you think you could go without?
probably the maintenance. No, the edge.
Well, if you move to the left, you're losing the edge, but you would still maintain the Easy Care vehicle service contract, the gap insurance, the Select Plus, and maintenance. If you move to the basic, you would keep the service contract, the gap, and the Select Easy Care. Of these three, which one gets you closest to your budget?
Probably the basic.
Of these three, which one has the most benefit for your budget?
Service contract.
This one. Can I set that one up for you on the 15th or the 30th?